Hey everyone, today we're going to go through the placing an options trade quiz, and as you can see I completed this course finally. I'm sorry there was a delay in uploading. The later quizzes actually got quite hard and I just really needed to focus, but I passed it all. I got my certificate. But yes, let's go. Okay, based on this risk profile, at what underlying prices would this trade break even, not including commissions and fees? Select all that apply. Break even at this mark, so when profit and loss is 0, so 101 and 109. Excuse me. Given this option chain, what number would you click if you wanted to sell a put with a 54 strike? If I wanted to sell a put with a 54 strike, it says here puts 54 strike. The number I would click is, so bid is what people want to buy it for, and ask is what people want to sell it for. So obviously if you want to buy it, it's going to be cheaper. If you want to sell it, you want to sell it at higher. So selling it, I'd want to sell it at 2.15. The correct answer then is probably 1.96. If they're asking if we want to sell it quickly, then we'd have to bring our sell price down to the bid price as opposed to selling it at this, because yeah, right now the buyers are only willing to pay this amount. So I would guess the correct answer is 1.96. Moving on. Based on this risk profile, at what underlying prices would this trade break even, not including commissions and fees? Same thing. Where is it? Go to 0, 102, 108. Based on this risk profile, at what underlying price would this trade break even, not including commissions and fees? Very simple, 41. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was at $40 at expiration, not including commissions and fees? So we'll look at this. If it's at $40, we're at loss. This is definitely in the negatives. So it's not break even, it's not max gain, it's not partial gain, it's a loss. Given this option chain, if you wanted to trade a short call with a delta near 50, what strike would you choose? Oh, why is it so, it's so small? Okay, delta, let's look at delta. 50 right here. Which strike would you choose? That's the 53. Pretty straightforward, delta 0.5, strike price 53. Given this option chain and assuming the underlying is trading at $53.01, if you wanted to trade the at the money put, which strike would you choose? So if it's $53, this one would be basically at the money. At the money is what it's currently at. Based on this risk profile, what is the bias of this trade? The bias of this trade is bullish, because when it's bullish, you'll make money. If it's bearish, you won't make money. Given this option chain, what number would you click if you wanted to sell a put with a 38.5 strike? 38.5 strike. If I want to sell a put. Okay, so remember before I got it wrong because I chose the ask as what I wanted to sell it as. But if my theory was correct, I should be choosing the bid because this is what I want to sell it at instantly. And then there's a buyer available. So let's see if that's correct. That is correct. So no on the earlier one. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was $105 at expiration, not including commission fees? $105 is right about here, and that's max profit, max gain. It's the highest point in this graph. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the price of the underlying stock fell to 0? So if the stock price, this is the stock price, this way is increasing, this way is decreasing. The stock price was at 0, there seems to be a fixed loss. Losses would be limited to the premium paid for the position plus transaction costs. Losses would increase all the way to 0. No, there's a fixed loss. Profits would increase without limit. Not if the stock price dropped to 0. This profits would only increase if the stock price increased. Profits would be limited to the credit received for selling the option. Nope, profit is unlimited. As you can see here, there's no cap. So this should be the right answer. If you're selling a call, what is your bias? Remember, if you're buying a call, what's your bias? If you're buying a call, you want the stock to go up, so you're bullish. Now, if you're selling a call, it'd be the reverse. Selling the call, you are bearish. Actually, you're also a little bit neutral, but generally I would say bearish. Given this option chain, what number would you click if you wanted to buy a call with a delta close to 0.6? So it's pretty easy. Call is on the left side. If you want to buy a call with a delta close to 0.6, I think 0.59 is closer to 0.6 than 0.65 is. 0.59, shit, it's so small. 49, 1.48. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was at $53 at expiration, not including commission and fees? It's at $53. We get max profit. See, this is our max profit. Anything after that, we'd start losing profit. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up. What's wrong when it's so small? If you look here, it's actually starting to dip a little bit. So it's partial gain. Partial gain is the right answer. I don't know why it's so small. Given the image below, what number would you click if you wanted to sell a call? You go to the call side. Remember, this is what buyers are willing to buy it for. This is what sellers want to sell it for. If you want to sell it instantly, you have to go closer to the bid. Generally, you would, in real life, you would try to find a number between these two. So about 2.67, 2.66, that would be what you would want to sell it for, because you don't want to come all the way down to the buyer's asking price. You want to get more money. But for purposes of this quiz, the answer is 2.62. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the price of the underlying stock rose significantly, not including commission and fees? If it rises significantly, you are losing money. Losses would increase without limit because there doesn't seem to be a cap to the losses in this graph. Based on the risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was $55 at expiration, not including commissions and fees? So if it was expired at $55, it'd be right here. So it's not max loss yet. According to this graph, it's roughly about $300, so it's a partial loss. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the underlying stock fell to zero, not including commissions and fees? So if it fell to zero right here, the profit is capped right here. You'd still make profit. It wouldn't increase without limit, but profits would be limited. Based on this risk profile, at what underlying price would this trade break even? That's where this line crosses 0, 210. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the underlying stock fell to 0, not including commissions and fees? Falls to 0, losses would be limited. If you're buying a put, what is your bias? If you're buying a put, that means you are buying the right to sell it at a certain price because you're afraid it's going to fall below that price. So if you're buying a put, you are bearish, because once the price falls way below your strike price of that put, then you've made money. Then you can, while everyone else has to sell this stock XYZ for $20, if you have a $30 put, you could still sell it for $30. So you could sell it and make $3,000 on one contract. Everyone else can only make $2,000. So you're bearish. You want it to go down. You expect it to go down. Given this option chain, what expiration would you select if you wanted to trade an option close to 50 days to expiration? So we just look at these numbers. Yeah. This is the how many days out from expiration it is. So July 16th. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was at $45 at expiration? It was at $45 at expiration. Here we go. Profit is limited, but it's the max gain in this scenario. So it's limited profit, but it's the max gain given this play. Given this option chain, what expiration would you select if you wanted to trade an option closer to 40 days to expiration? So these are the days again. 37 is closer to 40 than 51 is, so July 1st, 2016. Given this option chain, if you wanted to trade a short put with a delta near negative 0.30, which strike would you choose? So if you want to do puts, the delta near 30, this is right here, negative 33. Which strike price is this correlate to? 95. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock price was at $41.50 at expiration? $41.50 is right about here. We're not at the max gain yet. This is a partial gain. Given this option chain, what number would you click if you wanted to buy a call with a 40 strike? I want to buy a call, left side with 40 strike. Okay, we go to the bid and ask. So if I want to buy instantly, I have to go to what the sellers are offering, which is 0.8 cents per share. In reality, I want to buy it for cheap, so I'd probably push it towards this direction. I'd probably select this or find a happy medium in between 0.075. But for the purposes of this quiz, if I want to buy it instantly, I would have to buy it at what the sellers are willing to sell it for, which is 0.08. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the underlying stock fell to zero? If it falls to zero, seems like the losses are, the losses would increase until the stock price hits zero. Yep. Based on this option chain, at what amount did the 100 put last trade? So we look at the 100 put last column right here. That's just the last price it, was bought and sold for. 2.35. Based on this risk profile, what would be the outcome of the trade if the stock was at $108 at expiration, not including commissions and fees? It's at $108. Let's be careful. I think that's at max gain, right? Am I blind? 108. I think that's max gain. That's too close to it. I think they intended for that to be right there as opposed to right here. So I would say max gain. This is the max gain. Dang it, I am wrong. I guess that's only partial gain. That's so deceptive. Come on, guys. What is this? Really? I guess technically I should have trusted that little ounce of doubt. But anyways, I got 3 questions wrong, but hopefully I was able to walk you through what the right answer should be and why I got them wrong. Let me know if that was helpful. If that was, please like and subscribe. I enjoy doing these as long as you are learning from them. Thank you so much for watching. This is Green Knight Trading, where Squires become knights. I appreciate you, and I'll see you soon.